Hello everybody. This will be a simple trick that I kind of use to look around when I'm wanting to look for a range to kind of trade in a way. This can be done on any asset pair really, and it's mainly used on higher time frames, and you can implement the strategy using lower time frames if you really want to trade the range in a way. Anyways, if you guys like any of this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. The trick to doing this is using the fixed range volume profile tool. And really what you want to look for is similar ranges that have occurred in the past of any asset. In this example, I'm using Bitcoin. But if we go back in time on the daily time frame, zoom out a little bit, and we can see we had a previous range that was around this price of the current price we're at right now. At the current price, it doesn't necessarily have to be a range in our current range or whatever, but going and comparing the current price to previous ranges is something that I kind of do in my overall TA in doing things. And so by using this, you can use the fixed range volume profile and just draw it in the range. And here you can have two values or three values that come up. One being a value area high of that range. Let me draw a horizontal line. A value area high of that previous range, the point of control. It'll draw out the point of control or the most volume traded from that range, along with the value area low. These two you can trade based on your current price action, and you'll see that price will sometimes like to respect previous ranges, especially point of controls in a way. And as you can see here, using this example from back in the June, July, kind of August dump we had, just by pointing out the point of control, you can see price has already kind of reacted to it right now. By the time I'm making this video, it's almost end of January, but you can see price bounced off of that price right here, that point of control. And so I'd like to include previous ranges, specifically from similar ranges where price was trading at. And from the past, price still likes to respect those levels. And so you can do more ranges if you want to too. For example, and price was trading up here, we had a similar level where price was trading in up here. You guys can probably imagine the time. This was when Elon Musk was kind of tweeting about Bitcoin and price was kind of going all over the place. Things were pumping, but using this example too, you can identify a kind of a swing low or a bottom price and kind of draw a fixed range volume profile around it. By the way, too, here are the settings that I use. I use a row size of 200 and a value area volume of 68, just so anyone knows. I think the standard settings are like 60 and 70 for volume area, but I change it a little bit just to get me better readings. And so here too, you can draw out the value area high. And how you identify these is what you're looking for is the change from the gray. Let me zoom in here. Yeah, redraw that. It's the change from that gray area up until where it turns blue. So you're looking at this, and these are levels that you can mark out on your chart when doing overall TA on a higher time frame. And so it's just something that I personally do. And so with this, I will mark out my value area high, and then the value area low, and then the point of control. And the point of control basically is where price has the most volume. So a point of control can basically be thought of as a common price where any asset is traded at. Anyways, just moving on to another example. Right here we kind of had another sort of range. This was back in late of 2020. And here you can use the same method. And so I will be drawing a fixed range profile using this range. And here you can identify the value area low or a value area high, point of control right here, and then the value area low. With this too is that I like to add these into a folder, and in this case I will name it late 2020 range, and this can be something that I still use to trade current price action if price tends to come into this area, or so anyways, it'd be like if price were going to come in between 36,000 and 30,000, give or take. And this is still something like levels that price would still respect in the range. And so it's a handy tool to have too. So, another thing you can do too is use the whole volume area profile and draw the range from the whole previous year, or you can use the year and a half. In this instance, I'm going to use the whole year of 2021. And so I'm going to drag it back to our current today's date, whatever. And so here you can trade a kind of a macro range, and can be used for kind of swing trades in a way. And so here you have a value area high, point of control, and a value area low. And here you can see whenever price in the long term, whenever price tends to break a point of control, it tends to go down and touch the value area low and possibly swing up from there, and it may bounce off the point of control and kind of come down and then go up towards the value area high, or it can reject and come down, back down towards the value area low. And so this is something to keep in mind when trading price action, and knowing what the market's doing in a way. Anyways, if you guys like the video, I will leave a link to a free Discord in the description where I post all my trades and more ideas that I do for trading. Thanks. Bye.